Hey guys, welcome to today's lesson. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit just to give you guys a better view of what we're doing. So today we are going to review that there are multiple ways to write the procedure of multiplication. And here are some examples. Okay, we're going to go over them. Each one of these examples, let me see if I can find a colored pen. It's writing okay for me. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to use green today. Have a highlighter too, actually. Okay. So, each of these means multiplication. When you see a number, I'm going to write them down here just to make them a little bigger. So, we have 2a. This means 2 times a. Now, we don't know what a is, so we're not going to be able to find a numerical value right now for this. Just know that when a number is directly connected to a letter, that means to multiply, okay? Let's look down here. Parentheses. When a number is next to a number in parentheses, this means multiply. So if we are going to multiply these two numbers together, what would we get? 2 times 6 equals 12. See how simple that was? Okay, the same goes for brackets. Those were parentheses, these are brackets. Brackets are uncommonly used because when you get into a much higher math, they actually mean something different. But in basic levels, probably through high school, if you see brackets, it's going to mean multiply. Once you get into college, is when these brackets start to mean something different, okay? So, if we were going to follow the procedure signs and multiply 2 times 5, what would we get? Yep, it would be 10. Good job. Okay, let's keep going. This is a simple one. This is what we usually see. This is a multiplication sign. Kind of looks like an X, doesn't it? They will not typically, no math books or teachers or anybody trying to get you involved in a math problem will use this multiplication sign in an algebraic equation because some people might get it mixed up for an X. So this will only happen in numerical equations. Let's look at the last one, 2.4. This is not one we've talked about yet, but I just wanted to give you a little tip and a little extra knowledge that when you see a number next to another number with a dot in the middle, not on the bottom, if the dot was down here, that would mean a decimal, okay? But it's not down there, it's in the middle, and that means multiply. So 2 multiplied 4 equals what? 8. Yep, good job. And let's just go ahead and finish this one out. 2 multiplied 7 equals 14. Good. Okay, so that's pretty much it here. If you need any more help with these, you just call me and let me know and we'll go over them, okay? Let's move on to our new concept. I'm going to straighten this out for you here. Okay, so this is what we're going to do today. We are simply going to review what some definitions and some symbols mean when we're talking about perimeter, okay? We have done a lot of involvement with geometry lately, and that's a wonderful thing. But we do that to get you to the point of being able to solve algebraic equations to find perimeter and area of different shapes. These procedures and these math problems are commonly used by people who work in construction or design, even what's the word I'm looking for? People who decorate homes and buildings just with paint, with decor, even those people will tend to use these types of algebraic problems, okay? So it's just some good information to have. Let's go ahead and get started. So today we're going to review perimeter, and then Monday we might review a little bit of what an area is, and then we will jump in on how to solve these problems. Okay? We might do that. We might just actually do perimeter all the way. We'll just have to wait and see how it goes. Okay? Let's go ahead and start. What is a perimeter? Read this with me. Perimeter, the distance or length around a shape. You guys did a pretty good job of memorizing this definition before we left for school, but I really want you to get a good knowledge of it because we're going to come back to it multiple times. Why do we need to learn what a perimeter is? Well, you will be required to find the perimeter of a shape by using special formulas that should be memorized. Ooh, I'm going to underline in a funky way this important, scary word right here. All the formulas you are given today, I am expecting you to memorize. Please, please, please commit them to memory because it will make life and math class so much easier for you in the long run. Okay? Let's talk about formulas. What formulas will we need to memorize for perimeter? Well, to find the perimeter, I wonder, can you guys see that? It looks pretty light on the camera, so it should be okay. To find the perimeter of a triangle, use this formula. P equals A plus B plus H. What did we say perimeter was? Perimeter is the distance around a shape, okay? So if you were given how long each of these line segments were, let's say A was 2 centimeters, H was 1 centimeter, and the bottom was a 1/2 centimeter. That's not exactly what they are, but we're just gonna use our own variables right now. So let's say this was 2 centimeters, 1 centimeter, and a 1/2 centimeter. Our formula says in order to find out how long the whole shape is, we are just going to add A plus B plus H. A is 2, B is 1/2, so that's 2 plus a 1/2, that's 2 1/2, plus 1. 2 1/2 plus 1 is 3. So my perimeter of this triangle would be 3 centimeters. Okay? And we'll go over putting this formula into practice next week. Okay? So don't worry too much about that. We're just kind of getting a feel for what all these terms mean. So P stands for perimeter. A stands for the length of the adjacent line segment. Okay? The adjacent line segment. The adjacent line segment is always going to be the line that is opposite of the angle. See this angle right here? This corner? The line that is opposite of this angle corner will be the adjacent line segment. B stands for the length of the base. The base is also the bottom line. B, base, bottom. That might help you remember it. H stands for the length of height. Okay, here you can see how tall is this triangle. H stands for height. Okay, so if you are having trouble understanding what these terms mean, always feel free to call Miss Freeze and I will clear this up for you. We are not putting any formulas into practice today, so don't worry about that too much. I just want to make sure you have an understanding of what perimeter is and why we're using it, okay? So if I ask you later on to find the perimeter of a triangle and I give you the values of A, B, and H, I tell you A equals 5 inches, B equals 6 inches. And H equals 4 inches. Then it's your job to put these numerical values where letters are, replace it. So you would write P equals A is 5 inches plus B is 4 inches plus H is, oh sorry, B was 6 inches plus H, which is 4 inches. And what does that equal? 5 plus 6 is 11 plus 4 is 15. Therefore, P of this triangle equals 15. P of this triangle equals 15. That's something you're going to have to know how to do later, okay? Let's move on. Okay, let's go to the top here. Now we're going to talk about finding the perimeter of a rectangle. What is the perimeter? The perimeter is the distance of the length around, okay? To find the perimeter of a rectangle, use this formula. P equals 2L. Oh, what did we say that means? A number directly connected to a letter means multiply. So P equals 2 times L plus 2 times W. What do the P and L and W mean? Okay, P always stands for perimeter. L stands for length. Notice here, the distance across is the length. How long is this rectangle? The W stands for width. How wide is this rectangle? When you are given a numerical value for width, let's say it was 4, okay? And let's say your numerical value for length was, has to be bigger than 4, 8, okay? Your width on both sides is going to be the exact same length. Not length, I'm sorry. The width on both sides is going to be the exact same measurement. And your length on both sides is going to be the exact same measurement to each other. Therefore, instead of writing 8 plus 8 plus 4 plus 4, you can just write 2 times 8 because you have 8 2 times. Plus 2 times 4 equals the perimeter. What's 2 times 8? 16. What's 2 times 4? 8. Add them together to get your perimeter. 16 plus 8 is 24. 24 equals the perimeter. Okay? So, remember, P stands for perimeter. L stands for length. W stands for width. Let's go ahead and move on down. To find the perimeter of a square, use this formula. Oh, you mean we can find perimeters of squares too? Yes, we can. And it's not going to be the same formula. This one's really simple though, okay? Pay close attention. It's really simple, but if you miss it, you'll get confused later on. The formula for finding perimeter of a square, the perimeter is the distance around, is 4 times S. That's it. 4 times S. Why is it 4 times S? What does S stand for? S does not stand for square. I think I was distracted when I wrote that. S stands for side. Okay? The length of the side. How long is one side? Let's say one side is 2 centimeters. Because a square has equal measured line segments on each side, that means every side is going to equal that 2 centimeters. So, in order to find the distance around, you just have to take one side and multiply it 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So, 4 times 2 centimeters equals what? 8 centimeters. Therefore, the perimeter of this square would equal 8 centimeters. Again, you do not have to know how to do this yet. We will go over that next week. But I just wanted to make sure you had a clear view of the terms we're going to use. If you are confused about this at all, remember S stands for side, not square. Silly Miss Freeze. Okay? If you have any questions at all, feel free to call me. Let's go ahead and move on to what you will be practicing today. For practice today, we're going to do a little bit of practice with what we memorized. Okay? Sorry, I'm trying to get it straight for you. Practice 1. Solve these math problems. What procedure is it asking you to do here? Okay, that's what you need to figure out. What procedure is being asked to happen here? And then when you get it, you can write equals. If you print the sheets, you can write equals whatever you get. If not, you can just write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 through 8, and put 1 equals so and so. Okay? Now let's look at the next practice section. It says, practice. Write these formulas 5 times each on a blank sheet of paper. Try to commit them to memory. Okay, it's pretty simple. What does that mean, guys? That means this entire highlighted area, you are going to write 5 times each. Okay, each of them. That is your classwork for today. When you are done, attach a photo of your work to this lesson and press submit. Thank you so much for listening today, guys. And I cannot wait to see where you go with this. I think this is a concept that our class will completely excel at. I can't wait. Have a good afternoon. Talk to you later.